Okay, first off, condolences to the family, the kid, the mom, everyone. This video is not going to be about them, but
A Nova Scotia mother is calling for more accountability after a new report on the tragedy at sea that claimed her son's life. That report points to federal inaction around certain safety standards for fishing vessels. Kayla Hounsell shows us how that's being received.
okay, Canada is one of the most heavily regulated countries in the world. Uh, Anything and everything. Okay, so to say inaction kind of piqued my interest because I'm going to tell you about circular reporting. What happens is the government, Justin, Katie Telford, will call up their journalist, like Jody Wilson told us they do, and they'll say, "Oh, you got to start talking about this. We want to regulate this business out of business." So they'll take fishing, for instance, and they'll say, "Next time there's a tragedy, we want you to do a big expose. We want the family. We want lots of crying, lots of." And I'm not saying it didn't hurt the family, but I'm saying that the government does this. We already know that Justin doesn't care if you live or die. He wants his little things. So then the CBC does this expose, this tragedy happened and everyone else cares, but Justin just wants to regulate them out of business. And I'll tell you why in a second. China comes in with their trawlers. Oh, no, let's use the CBC. The CBC is a big monolith. They're great big. They have 1,400 employees, and they'll have these small trawlers or these smaller businesses taking eyes away from the CBC. And that's exactly what, let's say, C11 is about, regulation. Justin wants to regulate the internet. He wants to pick winners and losers under the guise of Canadian content, which is all a lie because the guy said Canada has no core culture. So why is he trying to protect a culture that he doesn't believe we have? Makes no sense. So the CBC wants to get rid of these little guys. Now there's a whole bunch of them. There's one guy, his Clyde Do Something, and he's a mechanic during the day, and he does these videos at night. Now, how the hell is he going to comply with a CRTC when he's at work all day and then he comes home at night? It's like they make all these regulations. You got to work 4 hours before you pick up a hammer. So it's almost impossible. Whereas the CBC has all these employees and they know the CRTC. I mean, the CBC's call. Hey, John, how you doing? Oh, yeah, no problem. You're Canadian. If you want to talk about Trump, Russia 6,000 times, go right ahead. That's Canadian content. Go ahead, check the CBC. That's not a lie. Over 6,000 times they talked about Trump, Russia. But that will be Canadian content. But if someone like a small guy like Clyde Do Something, if he mentions anything other than maple syrup and hockey, they'll say, no, that's not Canadian. We're gonna cut you down. So the CBC, because they lost the internet, they want to take over all the top spots. When you're searching for videos, they want that top row instead of the people that really, really earned it. Like you look at people like Kim Iverson. Never heard of her, right? Her stats are actually better than the CBC. Tim Pool, he's bigger than CNN. You probably never heard of him because they hide these people behind an age restriction wall where they talk about the exact same things that the big media does, but the big media gets a pass. You can be any age and listen to the CBC, but someone else can talk about the exact same things and you get shut out. The ISDS courts are where China will promise to build something, and because we're over-regulated, they'll say, oh, you got too many regulations. And then they sue us for the entire profit of whatever they were going to build. This is how they make money. And then guess who gets a kickback? Yeah, that's how it really works. So China's going to come in with a great big trawler. They're going to put all these guys out of business. China scrapes up all our fish, freezes them, and ships it back to us. And Justin doesn't care if they use coal for packaging or plastics, period.